morning here in Baltimore. And, Paul, the Colts have a mid-season injury list.
Oh, they sure do, Lindsey. 6 starters are out, and, of course, the most important one is the franchise himself. Burt Jones, a great quarterback. Look, we can, even on a handoff, Lindsey, you can see he's protecting that right shoulder. He warmed up, and he couldn't throw the ball over 7 or 8 yards. And if Greg Landry goes out, we understand that Burt Jones will play. I don't know how.
There are other injuries we'll tell you about. Let's look now at the field. Tony Lenhart is queued up. Here are the officials. Cal Laporte, Dave Hamilton, Tony Bateri, Bob Beeks, Banks Williams, Grover Clemmer, and Jack Ball. Ball is in the air. And it is taken at the 2-yard line by Ragsdale. And George Ragsdale is returning it. He got it across the 20 to the 22-yard line, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, undefeated, will start. And here's the offense. It's Wilson, Robertson, Hanna on the offensive line for Tampa Bay. Receivers are Higgins, Owens, and Giles. And the backs are Doug Williams at quarterback. Eckwood and Bell are the running backs.
Jerry Eckwood, of course.
The front four, Cook, Barnes, Ehrman, and Fernandez. First down and 10 yards to go. Ricky Bell, the fullback. Eckwood, first-year man, had a great week against Detroit. Ricky Bell takes the ball and he's thrown for a loss of 2. Here's the Baltimore defensive line now. Once again, it's Cook, Barnes, Ehrman, and Fernandez. The linebackers are Shiver, Kraus starting at the middle linebacker, and White. And it's Thompson, Nettles, Laird, and Blackwood deep. Second down, 12 yards to go with the ball back at the 20-yard line.
Lindsey, you married Jerry Eckwood. Boy, did he have a day last week. 121 yards and 20 carries, set a Tampa Bay record, a third-round draft choice out of Arkansas, and they love him.
Motion across. Doug Williams, first pass of the afternoon, and it is intercepted at the 35-yard line and returned by Norm Thompson. And Thompson is finally spilled, but the Baltimore Colts get the first break. First and 10. He might have been shaken up on the run back. It's about the 22-yard line.
Norm Thompson had 6 interceptions in 1978, and right here, Doug Williams does not read the zone. There is Norm Thompson back down the sidelines. He didn't even look at the cornerback. He makes an easy interception.
He's getting attention there. 12-yard return, and the ball is going to be on about the 24-yard line as it's spotted at the inbounds marker. And it is, of course, Greg Landry starting at quarterback in place of Burt Jones. Don Hardiman is a running back. Don McCauley is a running back. Randy Burke starting in place of Roger Carr. Mac Alston starting in place of tight end Reese McCall, and Glenn Dowdy is the receiver.
Well, they really are banged up. Of course, this is what they're going to need, Lindsey. You know, Tampa Bay won, of course, very handily last week against the Detroit Lions. Before the season started, you'd have to say that Detroit, maybe in Chicago, were the favorites in their division. With Detroit's quarterback going down, and right now with all of the injuries, if Tampa Bay could win this football game, they will become the favorites in their division, even as early as it is in the season.
Norm Thompson being walked along there. Here is the offensive line now. Griffin, Pratt, Mendenhall, Baker, and Taylor for Baltimore. Burke, Dowdy, and Alston are the receivers. Landry, McCauley, and Hardiman in the backfield.
I talked to Joe Washington down on the field before the game. He says his knee is, well, it's swollen up a little bit. He said he will play, though.
McCauley and Hardiman are evened up. Now, a whistle stops play. Could be delayed.
As Lindsey said, Ron Baker is starting in place of Ken Huff, who has bruised kidneys. Randy Burke, the #1 draft choice last year, as the penalty being marked off against Tampa Bay, offside. Burke is starting in place of Roger Carr, who has a thigh muscle. We might take about a quarter here to go over all of Baltimore's injuries. They're really banged up.
Unfortunately, Reese McCall is not starting because his infant daughter, born this week, passed away at a Baltimore hospital this morning. So Mac Alston is starting in place of McCall.
Encroachment, nose guard, defense, first down.
Phil Kohler is the nose guard for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It cost them 5. It's 1st and 5 for Baltimore. Running back up on Charlie and Hardiman. Ed Randy takes the snap. That's McCall. And he drives to the 18-yard line. Stacked up by the defense of the Tampa Bay. Mark Cotney coming up. Here now is the Tampa Bay defensive line. They go on a 3. It's Chambers, Kohler is the nose tackle, and Leroy Selman.
One of the best.
4 linebackers. That's Dewey Selman, Lewis, Dewey Selman, Wood, and Johnson. Then White, Washington, Cotney, and Brown, the secondary.
Strength of the Tampa Bay defense is in those linebackers. They are goodness.
Second down and about 4 yards to go. Near the 18-yard line. Greg Landry setting up for his first pass. And it is incomplete. Right there at the 1-yard line, intended for Randy Burke. Randy Burke, who's starting in place of Roger Carr here this afternoon. It's going to be third down, about 4 at the 18.
We get a good end zone shot here. Play action pass. Watch Landry's a little late delivering the football, Lindsey. Randy Burke was open just about 2 steps earlier, and it would have been 6.
Cedric Brown coming across to cover. He is the free safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the first time has ever been applicable this late in the season.
I tell you, they're a team to be reckoned with. Got the good defense, ranked 4th in all the National Football League last year.
Landry again, penalty marker thrown as you saw the false start. Down inside the 15-yard line, but there's a penalty to be checked out. Dewey Selman in there to make the stop on Landry, who kept the football. Offside, Tampa Bay.
Last week, Baltimore had 14 penalties. That set a Baltimore Colt record. And right here, in the early going, it seems as if Tampa Bay is having trouble. I think what they're having trouble with, Lindsey, is going against Greg Landry's count. He's mixing his count up a little bit, and he's got the 3-down linemen moving a little bit early. There's Leroy Selman over there trying to come across a little bit too quick. Ken Mendenhall, the center.
63, defense, penalty decline, first down.
Landry picked up the first down on the scramble, so they took the first down. Gained about 1.5 yards.
Leroy Selman was the culprit. It is 1st and 10. And the ball is at the 13-yard line. Early in the first quarter here at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. They're doubling Burke and Dowdy to the left side. Splitting Hardeman and McCauley. Or Greg Landry. Landry. And a diving incompletion to Dowdy. Glenn Dowdy, the Michigander, took the dive but could not quite get to it.
Quick out, and he was open. Landry should have completed that pass. He'd like to have that one over, Lindsey.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Greg came into this game 10 for 17, a completion percentage of 58.8. That was against the Detroit Lions last week. I beg your pardon, against Kansas City last week.
It's Kansas City. In fact, they had 24 completed passes between he and Burt Jones, but 19 of them went to the backs. They did not throw downfield to the receiver.
They did not score. Inside the 5-yard line, or right at the 5-yard line. Dewey Selman finally dragged him down.
Stopped by Dewey Selman. Looks as if he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. Good blocking. Watch the left side. Here comes the guard, Robert Pratt. Hardeman cuts back to the inside and gets down inside the 5-yard line.
3rd down and 2 yards to go. And now Reese McCall is in the double tight end alignment. Randy Burke has come out. 3rd down and 2 at the 5-yard line. It's about 1 yard short, I think. Scratch on a scramble. If they're trying to pick up the 2.
That was Hardeman, Don Hardeman, the fullback out of Texas A&I. Here comes Ben Gary, the rookie from Southern Mississippi. It looks like they're going to go for it, Lynch.
It's 4th and 1 at the 4, and they are going to go.
Maybe with all the Colt injuries, this is the thinking. Take the turnover. If they don't make it, of course, they've got Tampa Bay backed up against their own goal line. I like it.
Hardeman and Gary are the setbacks. There's the University of Southern Mississippi. Gary's got the ball, and he got the first down. Just kept right on driving, a little stuck in there, but as he bounced off with his shoulder and picked it up, first down and goal to go for the Baltimore Colts.
Of course, the fans love to see that, especially here at home. all fans and every home team love to see the teams go on 4th down, a half a yard or a yard. And I'm under the same thinking, Lindsey. Offensively, I believe if a team has 4th and 1, 4th and a half foot, if you can't make 4th and a half a foot, you deserve to lose the football game.
Especially if you're not yourself under contract and have to have it renewed. It's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Gary's still in there, along with Hardiman. Gary gets it again as a whistle that stops play. Flags are thrown everywhere. Delay of game. That's going to cost him 5.
Very stupid penalty this time against Greg Landry. Is not going to be too happy with this. You get a 1st down inside the 2-yard line, Lindsey, and this is almost just an absolute ridiculous penalty here to be caught with too much time here.
This is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Baltimore Colts and the National Football League is prohibited. You can see the ball spotted out there at the 8-yard line where the 2nd down and goal to go. Charlie's back in there, the running back. Greg Landry drops, pumps it, and it's Dowdy incomplete in the end zone.
Oh, great coverage by Jarris White, number 45, the left cornerback of Tampa Bay. He played Dowdy beautifully. Watch this, from the end zone, it's just a quick square in here, quick post pattern. Landry, Dowdy has made the cut, and Jarris White just takes it right away. He takes his angle, he cut off the angle and caused the incompletion.
2nd down and goal to go at the 8-yard line. Penalty down, of course, did not count, so this is a 2nd down play coming. Contact made before the snap. Penalty markers thrown everywhere once again.
They're going to get the 5 back.
They are. They get it back. It'll still be 2nd down. It'll still be goal, and it'll move it back to the 3-yard line.
And here, a penalty, not a bright penalty. Tampa Bay makes a critical mistake.
That's it.
And David Lewis,
3-yard line.
smart there. David Lewis keeping the referee on it.
Cal Laporte.
Offside. Defense. 2nd down.
There it is again. And I think that's number 77, Joe Kohler. That's him.
Yeah.
That's twice now. Kohler has jumped off sides. And as I said, it might be the cadence of Greg Landry. Sometimes emphasize the count a little bit louder, and it pulls the defense off.
Way out, Landry. And it's a touchdown to Dowdy. I beg your pardon, Hardiman. Hardiman out of the backfield, 36. Hardiman took it for the touchdown.
They just flood the left side here. Watch the fullback. He fakes to Gary. There goes Don Hardiman. A ball perfectly thrown right between the 2 defenders for a 6. You see 83, Mac Alston, is the deeper of the 2 receivers. He goes to the short man. Hardiman wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Colts.
Landry is in the hole, and Tony Lenhart will attempt the conversion. It's up, and it's good. And so as they come back up the field, it is the Baltimore Colts 7 and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers nothing here at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, the home opener. Tony Lenhart will kick off now, and George Ragsdale is dropped back center deep to field it. He is flanked on the right side by Danny Reese, and on the left side by Rick Burns. Having teed it up now, Tony Lenhart is waiting for the referee's whistle, and there it is. Ragsdale at the 1-yard line. He's at the 5, the 10, Ragsdale to the 15. He is stopped just as he got to the 20-yard line. Mike Woods was downfield to make the tackle for Baltimore. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Doug Williams at quarterback will start there.
Here's a score. Tampa Bay will be In the Bears ahead of the Vikings by 3 in the second quarter. And St. Louis and the Giants are tied up 14 apiece in the second quarter.
Jerry Eckwood is the tailback. Ricky Bell is the fullback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Quarterback by Doug Williams. Motion across. Eckwood. Young man from Arkansas. Got it up to the 23-yard line. It'll be second down and 7 yards to go there. Mike Barnes in to make the tackle.
That Colt defense, Ed Simonini, the starting middle linebacker, is not in there right now. Barry Krause, number 55, the rookie from Alabama. There he is right there, 6'3", 238 pounds. He's the big guy. Simonini only wears 214, but he can hit you, and they like this youngster from Alabama.
Motion. Gordon Jones. That's Eckwood again. He got across the 25.
Eckwood again on the carry. Cook on the tackle. And Washington at halftime, 2 touchdowns ahead of the Detroit Lions. Buffalo by 3 over the Bengals. That's the second quarter score.
Five defensive men in there now in the secondary for Baltimore. And a 3rd and 5. They expect Williams to go to the air. And Williams drops back. Goes incomplete. Intended for Morris Owens. To bring up a 4th down.
You see Doug Williams getting up, being helped by Greg Fields, the rookie from Grambling. There he is, number 79. Great pressure put on Doug Williams there. Williams, of course, played with this young man. Watch the rush. Oh, he's put right down. Very little time to throw the football. 10 for Morris Owens, incomplete. Tampa Bay will punt it.
Tom Blanchard's in deep punt formation. He's averaged 35.2. And Nesby Glasgow has dropped back deep. Blanchard gets it off. Glasgow comes up the ball, hits on the 47, on about to the 35, and Glasgow stops at the 32 as he tried to skirt right. And it was Billy Caesar who was in there to make the tackle. 40-yard punt. So it will be now Baltimore's ball again. The Colts take up a 1st and 10. They will have the ball at their own 32-yard line here in the first quarter. 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Colts are leading 7-0. They have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Greg Landry brings them up. McCauley and Hardiman to the setbacks for the Colts. Hardiman. It's Bill Kohler who pulled him down after a gain of about a yard.
Halftime in Green Bay, the Saints. 2 field goals by Tony Galbraith, who was called in the action. Russell Ertzleben hurt himself in the pregame warm-up. Archie Manning has thrown a touchdown pass in there to Henry Childs, their fine tight end. And I guess Tony Galbraith, Lindsay, has missed the extra point. So it's 12-0. We've got it tied, Cincinnati and Buffalo, 2 field goals each. 1 field goal apiece each, I should say.
Second down and 9 at the 33. Then it's Hardiman. Kohler stands him up till he can get some help from Leroy Selman.
Pretty good man to call on for help, too, and he's one of the best in the league. Leroy Selman, the former All-American out of Oklahoma, and he is as good at defensive end as you're going to find in all the National Football League.
That's an opinion that's pretty well subscribed to.
Steve Farton, a 1-yard run, the 45-yard field goal by Matt Barr. Pittsburgh over Houston by 10.
This is a 3rd down and 8. Hardiman and McCauley.
The slot on the right side.
Greg Landry rolls left. Dowdy in and out.
Going to call interference here on Cedric Brown, number 34. Looked like he made a good move from our vantage point. There's Cedric Brown, Lindsay, on the ground there. It looked like he deflected that, and he's hot. Let's see if he touched the receiver here. Landry is going to roll out to his left side, a reverse pivot. That's the way Tarkanian used to do it for many, many years. Landry could have run the football and picked up the 1st down. There you see Cedric Brown coming over the shoulder. And from our vantage point, let's see. No way. In my That was a good defensive play. Of course, that's one of the things that the toughest thing in the world, Lindsay, they put so much pressure on the referees with these judgment calls, and it's just a judgment call there, whether he interfered with the reception.
In defense of the call, if it needs it, the official was in good position, and he did call it immediately.
That's right.
Pass interference, 34. Defense, first down.
Another thing, Lindsay, that's exactly the way they coach a defensive secondary to react to the football also. So, again, we got a little tackle penalty here. It could be a little personal foul.
Unsportsmanlike, 61. Defense on the sideline. He's disqualified.
There he
First
goes.
down.
Well, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
It's Greg Roberts.
is disqualified by conduct along the sidelines, and he's out of the ball game, and a 15-yard penalty makes it first.
You got to keep your mouth shut over there. A lot of referees, you can, talk to them and holler at them, but a lot of them, if you say one little word, especially if you use a few curse words or something, they're going to throw you out.
John McKay there in the orange jacket talking to Cal Lepore, the referee. John, I think, wants a little more detailed explanation of exactly what went on, and the official involved is being brought up to report it.
And Greg Roberts, of course, one of the high draft choices at Tampa Bay, starting at right guard.
It'll be first and 10 for the Colts at the Tampa Bay 27-yard line. Pass interference, unsportsmanlike conduct tacked on.
Unsportsmanlike is 64 instead of 61. Defense disqualified.
Well, that's on the left side. That's the starting left guard for Tampa Bay, Greg Horton.
That's what McKay was checking on. See, they got it straight. They didn't lose man. First and 10 for Baltimore. McCauley and Hardeman. Dowdy in motion back toward the inside now. Sets. And Greg Landry simply ducks his head and takes the loss of about 5 back to the 32, which will make it second and 15. Leroy Selman was in there, along with Wally Chambers. On the pass play before, there was a time, as Greg Horton, the man who was disqualified, who is going into the locker room since his services are not required any further this afternoon. There was a time when Greg Landry would not have wasted any time at all in ducking his head and running that ball instead of throwing it downfield.
That's right.
First came into the league from the University of Massachusetts. He liked to run the football.
After you're up here for 12 yards, let's take the path of least resistance. Let's throw the football, right?
Now, Landry, penalty marker strong. Up the middle. Taken by Randy Burke. He said immediately it'll be marked at the 22, but there's a marker in motion. Will nullify it, an in-motion penalty against Baltimore.
A lot of penalties here in the early going. Tampa Bay already been penalized 54 yards, 5 penalties. Darius White there talking to referee Cal Lepore. You know, the Colts have great confidence in Greg Landry. Of course, Jones, one of the great quarterbacks in the National Football League, and banged up. He can hardly throw, but they're very happy to have a guy like Greg Landry backing him up.
Motion 36. Offense, second down.
John Hardeman. So it is second down. The ball is back at the 38-yard line. Burke left, Dowdy right. Wing back left is McCauley. Unloaded and it's taken by Hardeman. Number 31. Another flag, penalty marker.
Late hit. 54, you see there is Richard Wood, one of the inside linebackers in that Tampa Bay 3-4. Let's pick it up. Landry releases the football to Hardeman. Here comes 54, Richard Wood on the stop. Now he's tackled, and there it is, spearing. That's the new rule. Jareth White, number 45. You cannot put that helmet in any part of the tackle. On top of the helmet, you cannot use that as a
foul. Unnecessary roughness. 45. Defense. First down.
At the 16-yard line, Jarrett White was the culprit, as you saw. Baltimore Colts are leading 7-0. We have 7 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter on a bright sunny day here at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Dowdy goes far to the left side. Randy Burke to the right side. McCauley gets to the 11-yard line. He picked up 5. It'll be second and 5. McCauley's playing that running back spot in place of Joe Washington, who has a knee injury.
Although Joe Washington warmed up okay, he did say he did have some swelling in the knee, but he thought he could play today.
He says that it was aggravated on the artificial turf of the Kansas City Stadium last week.
A lot of people getting a lot of aggravations on that artificial turf. I personally think it's just the cause of the rash of injuries in the National Football League. That's my own opinion.
Hardeman drives inside the 10 and keeps churning down to about the 7.
Biggest selling job in the world was done in the NFL when they said that this would cut down the injuries. Oh, look at the injuries today in the National Football League. Landry looks over the first down. It's going to be a little bit sharp.
So they go to double tight end alignment as Reese McCaw comes into the ball game, and so does Ben Gary. They go to the same alignment they used before.
Let's see if they try to go off that left side.
It's about need about a yard and a half at the 6.5. Hardeman and Gary are the setbacks. Gary to the left side last time.
There he goes again.
Gary to the left side this time.
Richard Wood on a good.
Don't think he made it. Hafsinger was in there on the tackle along with Wood. And again, the crowd says go. Let's go, they say.
Well, they were successful on a 4th down situation. They're going to go.
Fourth down. It is at the 7-yard line.
And I tell you, this Baltimore momentum has just been caused by the inability of the Tampa Bay offense to move the football.
Timeout called by Greg Landry. He wants to pick up the 4th down play here. So with 5 minutes, 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter, the score is Baltimore 7, Tampa Bay nothing. Come onto the field now for the Baltimore Colts on 4th down. After the conference along the sideline.
I think they wanted to know exactly how many yards they had. There you see Tony Linhart, and they're going to, Landry's holding up one finger. I mean, just about a yard.
You can see now how much they need.
I think they need a little
over long yard. That's a very long yard, yeah. Crowd still wants them to go. There are the penalties so far in the ball game. We're still in the first quarter.
That's a lot. Tampa Bay, 63 yards already.
Well, Leonard was on the field and he's off the field. No, he's on the field. He's there. It's going to be a 24-yarder. 24-yarder with Landry holding. From the hash marks left. Leonard puts it up, and it's good. A 24-yard field goal. And as they come back up the field, it is the Baltimore Colts 10 and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers nothing. And we have 5 minutes, 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Tony Leonard puts the ball in the air. Ragsdale is chasing it over, and he has it a yard deep in the end zone. Will not run it back. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Wise decision. Good kick by Linhart. Anytime you see a kickoff man put it in the end zone, well, he's doing a fine job today, especially since they moved it back to the 35-yard line, which brings up a point, Lindsay. I think a lot of kickers psychologically, you know, when the ball was placed at the 40, you saw a lot of kickers kick it deep into the end zone. They move it back to the 35, and it seems as if your kickoffs are just shortening. Most of your kickers can't get it down to the 5-yard line.
Yes, you're right. Ricky Bell and Eckwood are in the I formation. That's Eckwood. He got it out there to the 23-yard line. It'll be second down and 7 at the 23.
Well, Joe Theismann having a pretty good day He's thrown for 2 touchdown passes. His latest one to Gene Fugit, his big tight end. Field goal by Mark Mosley, and a 21-point lead for the Redskins.
Isaac Hagan sends far to the left side. Eckwood is the tailback in John McKay's I formation. Eckwood again. Across the 25. Picks up 2. It'll be 3rd and 5 there. Fred Cook from the University of Southern Mississippi made the tackle.
This is a very active front four of Ron Fernandez, Fred Cook as defensive ends, and Joe Ehrman and Mike Barnes, a fine defensive left tackle. Front four, of course, was known as the sack pack a few years ago. And I tell you, they play well together. The last year they were banged up with a lot of injuries, but they've got the makings of a fine defense, especially in their front four.
Got 5 defenders in the secondary now, and it's Gordon Jones double with Higgins on the left side. Here's a quick pitch there to Eckwood. He dropped the ball. Colts have it. Colts has got it. Inside the 20-yard line as Jerry Eckwood fumbled it, and Sanders Shiver has the football.
Second turnover here in the first quarter against Tampa Bay. And the ever-alert defense, here it is. Here's the quick pitch. Jerry Eckwood just can't find the handle on it. Now, right here, he should really try to recover it. He still can't get it. He's knocked down by Joel Ehrman. And Sanders Shiver comes up with the football. Colts 1st and 10 at the 19.
Colts are leading by a score of 10-0. Have good field position here once again. McCauley and Hardiman are the setbacks. Landry. Incomplete penalty marker thrown. Randy Burke was the intended receiver, but there's a marker thrown on the 1-yard line.
Mike Washington was right there, number 40.
Washington again is the call. Reported to Cal Laporte. Interference. It'll be 1st down and goal to go at the 1-yard line.
Landry wasted little time, as many quarterbacks will do. After a turnover, they go for the home run. They're going to get it at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal.
Pass interference, 4-0. Defense, 1st down.
Look again now.
Here it is. Landry, immediately after the turnover, he was hit. This ball would not have been caught. And right there, number 40, Mike Washington, bumped into Randy Burke. He might have acted a little bit on the play also, Lynn.
Double tight end in there, and Gary's in there to running back. Hardiman, touchdown. So the Baltimore Colts have scored it again as Hardiman took it in and spiked it in the end zone. 16-0 and a conversion attempt coming. Look.
There it is, just straight ahead power football. Don puts his head in there. Jarvis White came in, tried to get a piece. Hardiman got over for the score.
Tony Leonard is coming to attempt the conversion. Greg Landry will hold for him. Again, Bert Jones is quarterbacking. Landry holds. Landry's doing double duty today, quarterbacking and holding. It's up. And it's good. And if they come back up this time, look again.
End zone shot here. We just watch the power. See the halfback come in and help. And Hardiman, all his job is just to find a little opening and try to jump over for the score, and he did it.
The Baltimore Colts have taken a lead of 17-0 here in the first quarter with 3 minutes 55 seconds left in the period. Greg Landry. Next week, the NFL on CBS and the regional games, Detroit versus the New York Jets, the Eagles in New Orleans, Tampa Bay and Green Bay. We'll be there, San Francisco and Los Angeles.
That's the first game, and then the national game, the Chicago Bears go down to Dallas. And, boy, that's going to be a very, very good game. Walter Payton and the great Dallas defense.
Consult your local listings for the games and times in your area. Some cities will see only a single game due to the NFL blackout policy.
Tampa Bay's only had the football for 8 offensive plays, Lindsey. And 2 of those offensive plays, those direct turnovers, cost them 14 points.
Ball is teed up by Lynn out on the 35. Ragsdale is center deep. He is flanked by Danny Reese and Rick Burns. Lynn Ragsdale at the 6-yard line to the 10 to the 15. Ragsdale to the 20 to the 25. And he hits the deck at about the 27-yard line.
Ragsdale returns from the...
You know, it was Ron Baker on the tackle.
It was interesting in the stats this week released by the National Football Williams was 4 out of 16 last week for 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. 2 of his 4 completions went for touchdowns. And he was ranked number 4 in the NFC passing. And if I had to sit here and tell you folks how they put the figures together to see who's the number 1 passer in each league, it's unbelievable. I don't know how those statistics work.
The rating is sort of complicated. Williams completes the pass across the 40-yard line. Morris Owens, and he is at the 46. Lyle Blackwood made the tackle.
Morris Owens.
Fine pass. The great strong arm of Doug Williams, and Morris Owens ran a beautiful down and in pattern for the first down.
You saw Gordon Jones coming into that huddle now as Morris Owens has gone out. 18-yard pickup on the pass play from Doug Williams to Morris Owens. Williams leaves this one to Jerry Eckwood. Penalty marker on the play.
Jerry Eckwood on the carry.
He lost control of it again.
But whistle might have blown. Apparently the ball was stolen by Fred Cook.
Did the whistle blow?
Illegal motion against Tampa Bay. There's a time, and they get the ball and keep it.
Unbelievable.
Fred Cook stole it, and they keep it.
Again, Lindsay, the 3rd turnover here in the 4th quarter. They're going to get blown out if they can't control the football. Jerry Eckwood right there, the standoff block. Charlie Hanna is trying to block Fred Cook. Fred Cook's got a hold.
Illegal
Now the
motion.
ball should have been blown
Offense,
dead in my
penalty
opinion. There it is. Fred
First
Cook
down.
comes up with the football. Fred Cook comes up with the football. A whistle had not been blown, so it's Baltimore's football.
First down and 10 yards to go, and they have it at the 47-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's been a hapless first for Tampa Bay. Baltimore is in an I formation now. Hardeman ahead of McCauley. Landry with a completed pass to Randy Burke.
Burke was actually a surprise draft choice for the Colts, coming from Kentucky, a running football team. Very good release by Landry right here on a quick post. And I tell you, that's the kind of pattern that flankers and split ends, they know they're going to get popped. They've got to hold on to the football on that play. That's the toughest play, I think, for a wide receiver.
They're measuring for the possible first down.
A little bit
And
short.
it lacks just a very little bit. It'll be 2nd down and inches to go. Ball is near the 37-yard line. Used the chain to spot the ball at the inbounds marker. 2:51 left on the clock in the first quarter.
Yeah. Move.
Well, one thing for sure, Jerry Eckwood did not get a quick whistle on that off-tackle play, and Cook stole the football.
No, he didn't.
2nd and inches.
Hardman and McCauley are the running backs for Greg Landry. McCauley, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They continue on short yardage to go off that left side. This time they use Don McCauley.
By Leroy Selman.
Hardeman in front.
Leroy Selman made the stop on the last play. As you look at Greg Landry, brought over from the Detroit Lions to the Baltimore Colts as a backup quarterback, and are they glad they have him, with Jones hurting with a shoulder injury. They double Burke and Dowdy to the left side. Hardeman bounces off one and keeps on driving. To the 28-yard line is Jarris White. Finally brought him down.
There he is, Don Hardeman. He was acquired from Tampa Bay. They got a 3rd-round pick for Don Hardeman, and they used that pick to draft Jerry Eckwood, a fine young running back. And the Bears, 19-7 over the Minnesota Vikings. Walter Payton has scored from 43 yards out on one run. Vince Evans, a 56-yard pass to James Scott.
2nd down and 5 yards to go. McCauley, penalty markers thrown. He got to the 26-yard line.
Landry's going way back, so it must be holding against the Colts. That's it. Barty Smith has countered a 1-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good by Chester Markle. New Orleans' lead is cut to 5 points in the third quarter.
Holding 6-0. Offense, second down.
Ron Baker.
And the Cardinals and Giants are all tied up in the second quarter.
Second down and 15 now. Baltimore has the ball at the Tampa Bay 39-yard line, and we have 1 minute, 13 seconds left in the first quarter. The Baltimore Colts are leading 17-0. Greg Landry unloads it out in the left flank. Fumble by Hardeman, and it is recovered by Tampa Bay, I think. You see Bill Kohler with the football.
Now, if you wonder why Greg Landry did not run the football, he had a lot of room, Lindsey. Keep in mind that Burt Jones is banged up. And I think that's the reason that Landry, usually a good running quarterback, he's gained over 2,500 yards rushing in his career. And we're going to take a look. You can see that Landry had some running room in front of him. He throws it out to the flat to Hardeman. He's going to cough up the football right there. And Tampa Bay has got, I think it's Bill Kohler, number 77.
First and 10 Tampa Bay. They have the ball at their own 34-yard line. Eckwood and Bell are the setbacks. Trying to get it out to Eckwood, but it's incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go at the 34.
Well, he should have completed that. He was wide open. Look at Doug with his hands open.
Stops the clock with exactly 1 minute remaining to be played in the first quarter.
That just comes with experience, Lindsey. Eckwood, a rookie, and, of course, Doug, only a second-year quarterback. After playing together for a while, they'll complete that, well, 10 out of 10 times when he's that open. But not yet.
Doug Williams. And it's incomplete. Trying to get it to...
I don't know who. There's one, Ricky Bell.
Yeah, well, Ricky Bell was there. Isaac Higgins made a dive for it.
Both of them could have caught it, right? Doug Williams was only sacked 6 times in his 10 starts. The least any quarterback in the National Football League was caught. That's because of his fine release.
PA announcer gets out of it nicely, says the pass is intended to be the Bell or Higgins. Third and 10 at the 34.
Well, the Bucs got to get something going here.
Williams.
Right on the button.
Rifled it, he really did. It was incomplete, intended for Jimmy Giles.
Right on the button. Had 3 blue jerseys all around, and Doug put it right on the numbers. A little tough catch. Would have been a good catch for Jimmy Giles, and he's going to be a great one, Lindsey. 6'3", 245, and he can fly. He's great ability for a tight end.
Tom Blanchard back to kick, and there's the Glasgow. It's gone center deep. Back at his own 26-yard line. Blanchard gets it off. It's around the 40. Glasgow has it at the 34, and he's going nowhere. First and 10 for Baltimore at the 34-yard line.
32-yard punt. Well, Steve Grogan having a good day. New England 35-3 over the New York Jets. He's thrown, I know, one 44-yard touchdown pass to Harold Jackson, another 50-yarder, Stanley Morgan. So Grogan moving the pace. That New England Patriots, right?
That's it. 41 seconds left in the quarter. Hardeman and McCauley in an I formation for Greg Landry and the Baltimore Colts. That's McCauley. Pass for 5 to the 39. Second down, 5 yards to go. Leroy Selman made the tackle. Burt Jones has not played. Joe Washington has not played. And the Baltimore backfield.
Well, if they could get away with the win today and just rest, give those guys another week rest, come out with the win today, they would be in pretty good position. And Buffalo, 7-point lead over the Bengals, third quarter.
2nd and 5 at the 39. And there is the gun. So that is the end of the first quarter here at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. And the score is Baltimore 17, Tampa Bay nothing. Ted Marchibroda, the head coach there in the center of your picture, marching now with his arms folded. As we start the second quarter, this is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning in Baltimore. 2nd and 5 for the Colts. At their own 39, they lead 17-0. Hardiman.
First, he ran into Leroy Selman.
Tackled by Richard Wood.
Good pop by Selman. Couldn't hold on. But Richard Wood cleaned up. Watch this. 63. Goes to the inside of the tackle. Good move by Leroy. They just couldn't hold on to Hardiman. Richard Wood comes in and puts a stopper on him.
Loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now at the 38. Safety blitz. And he's stopped. Penalty marker strong. Curtis Jordan is the man who was firing in.
Curtis Jordan was out covering, double coverage on the flanker to the left side. He came in with the blitz, got the quarterback. Colts were caught holding, so naturally they'll decline it. Take the loss, and they'll have to punt.
Holding 69. Offense, penalty decline.
Let's see if we pick up the holding. Wade Griffin is 69, the left tackle. Here comes Curtis Jordan in. Griffin there blocking on Leroy Selman with the left arm, holding as Curtis Jordan was just had a free run to the quarterback.
Bucky Dills is back to do the kicking. He has averaged 42.3.
Not bad. 10 punts last week, 42.3.
And he reached the center deep. The left footer boots it up.
Nice high punt.
Reese at the 35 and hit immediately. Will be marked at the 34-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go.
Mike Woods, the first one down on them special teams. Number 59, there he is.
So in play is his own Tampa Bay has it 1st and 10 at their own 34. We are early in the second quarter. Baltimore 17-0. John McCabe, head man of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1st and 10 now. Doug Williams, his quarterback. There's his rookie running back, Jerry Eckwood. Got it down there very close to the first down.
I made a nice cut, Lindsey. Ran to daylight off the left side, out of the eye. Got Ricky Bell up front. He's a pretty good man, a good blocker up front. Here it goes, out of the left side now. All he does is just run to daylight here, and Eckwood makes a fine cut. He gets away from a tackle by Ron Fernandez. Finally stopped by Bruce Laird, who's probably the best tackler in that Colts secondary. Here goes Williams over the top. Take a look at the measurement. Little bit sharp.
Just a little. So it is 2nd down and inches to go at the 44-yard line. Johnny Davis is coming to that backfield now, and Jerry Eckwood has gone out. Usually when Davis comes in, Bell then switches to tailback if they go into an eye.
Well, this is a down where you hear so many announcers say he's got a free down here. You can play with it. And the Tampa Bay, I don't think, has had a first down so far. If I was Doug Williams, I'd get that first down right here. Got to get something started.
It's going to be Johnny Davis in the right set and Ricky Bell in the left set. Quarterback sneak, and it's a 1st and 10 as Doug Williams picked it up. Got it just inside the 45-yard line.
Morris Owens checks back in.
Davis stays in, along with Ricky Bell. Williams out to Davis at the 50, 45. Down the sideline, almost ran up the back of Morris Owens. Going to be marked out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Johnny Davis and Doug Williams really looked it over well that time. He had Davis in the right flat wide open, heading upfield, Lindsey, and he led him perfectly. 25-yard pickup down the right sideline for Johnny Davis. He beats Bruce Laird right there. You're not going to arm tackle that young man, although he did trip him up. Big, strong, two-year man out of Alabama, 236 pounds. They got some big backs.
Eckwood is back in. He's the tailback behind Davis in this I formation. Ricky Bell is out of the ball game, and Eckwood has it. Pass to the 30-yard line. Or maybe the 31.
Jerry Eckwood played.
Prowse on Orvis made the stop.
David Whitehurst, the quarterback for the Packers, scored on a quarterback sneak from 2 yards out. The Packers now in front of the Saints 14-12 third quarter. Manning's thrown a touchdown pass in that one. 2 Tony Galbraith field goals. Pittsburgh, kind of surprising, I guess, Lindsey. They didn't think they'd have that easy a time with Houston to keep the great Earl Campbell off the board, 17-0.
Bell and Wood, Bell and Davis, and that's Ricky Bell out in the left flat. Down the sideline, and Ricky Bell gets it inside the 10-yard line, where it's first and goal to go for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Good execution on his screen and good hard running by the former All-American out of USC, Ricky Bell. And you get that 230 pounds headed upfield, Lindsey, he can hurt some people. Look at that quick pass and a good block by the guard. I didn't get his number. But here comes 42 Ricky Bell, and he can punish a defensive back right there. Finally tackled by Dwight Harrison.
First down and goal to go at the 7-yard line. Eckwood is back in. He's the tailback. Eckwood trying to keep his balance, but could not quite get to the goal line.
He would have scored, Lindsey. He made a good move keeping his balance. Could have just held it for a little bit longer. He would have gone in for the score. Here's a ground level shot. Here's your guard pulling out, Greg Roberts. He knocks Bruce Laird to the outside, and a good cut by Jerry Eckwood. He loses his balance, but he picked up 5 after he lost his balance.
Now Ricky Bell has come back in there. Eckwood has gone out, so it is Davis and Ricky Bell. Bell is the tailback in the I formation. Bell, touchdown. Ricky Bell for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So it is 17-6 for the conversion attempt coming now for the Bucs.
And Ricky Bell, Johnny Davis is in front. They moved Mike Barnes to the inside, and a big hole opened up outside of the right end, right defensive end, as Ricky Bell goes in behind the good blocking of Charlie Hanna.
Neil O'Donoghue now will attempt the conversion. Tom Blanchard is holding for him. And it's blocked. The line of scrimmage, the conversion attempt is no good. It is blocked by Mike Barnes. Mike Barnes got a hand on it, so as they come back up this time, it is 17-6. As you look at it, we have 10:39 left to play in the first half. Finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championship coming up on CBS right after this.
Oh, it should be a great one. All-American final. Tracy Austin, Chris Everett going against each other, and then John McEnroe against Vitas Gerulaitis.
SB Glasgow, the 15, 20, 25, and across the 30-yard line. As O'Donoghue kicks off, it'll be first and 10. And the Colts will have it at their own 31, 32-yard line. As it gets spotted, it was Dan Natzinger down the field to make the tackle.
Returned from the 12 to the 32.
Ran into Lenny Moore, Lindsey, down on the field before the game. He looks great. And boy, brought back memories of what a great back he was. One of the all-time best, a Hall of Famer here with the Colts. Could do it all.
I saw some great performances of his right here at Memorial Stadium. First and 10 at the 32. Now, Landry is stopped back at the 26-yard line by David Lewis.
Every stop is by David Lewis.
Loss of about 6 will make it 2nd and 16.
And the Cardinals one in front of the Giants third quarter, 21-14. Wayne Morris has scored on a 3-yard run for St. Louis.
Incidentally, Greg Fields has been given credit for blocking the last conversion attempt. Here comes Greg Landry up now to 2nd and 16 at the 26-yard line.
Safety blitz again.
Whistle, stop play.
Curtis Jordan, who sacked Greg Landry in the last series, Lindsay. They came in again on the safety blitz.
Illegal procedure against the Baltimore Colts.
And that'll cost them 5. Down will remain the same. 2nd and long.
21.
False start, moving before the snap, 6-0, offense, 2nd down.
Ron Baker, who is playing Ken Huff's guard today with Huff out with an injury. 2nd and 21 at the 21.
Bo Robinson scored from 2 yards out. The Colts, Redskins now lead over Detroit.
Screen left to McCauley, and McCauley gets up to the 29-yard line. Up 8 on the screen. But not nearly enough. It'll be 3rd and 13. Dewey Selman, along with Curtis Jordan, made the stop. Baltimore is leading by a score of 17-6. We're in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of times you get an extra point block. Or later on, it really causes you some problems. It's a psychological letdown when you get an extra point block.
Get anything blocked. Greg Landry is back now. Well, this time he had an idea, but then stopped and threw and completed the ball to Dowdy. And Dowdy's at the 40-yard line of Tampa Bay.
I think number 11, Greg Landry, might have gone past the line of scrimmage.
I think he might. There are flags all over.
And, Lindsay, we mentioned earlier, I think Greg Landry is under orders not to run the football. He could have took off with the den, and we know he likes to run the football. Let's pick it up.
Yep, that's it.
He made a beautiful move. That's it.
That rule was clarified last year, by the way.
Now watch the line of scrimmage. Watch Landry. Comes up into the pocket. Everybody's covered right. Doubt he's coming across from the right side. Oh, yeah. He's over the line of scrimmage for about a yard. Good pitch, though, by Landry. Right on target. That's a loss of down, of course.
It is, and Cal Lepore is going to explain it.
Illegal forward pass, 11, offense, going pass from beyond line of scrimmage, have a loss of down, 4th down.
That's it, Cal. Get that loss of down signal. And
He's very relaxed.
Get that ineligible pass receiver sign you gave before out of there.
He's very relaxed, too, isn't he?
Ooh, Bucky Dilts has come in now.
New England just killing the Jets, 42-3 third quarter. Grogan having thrown another touchdown pass to Harold Jackson. That's 2. He's thrown one to Stanley Morgan.
Dilts is in to do the punting, and Danny Reese is dropped back to field. He's standing at his own 33-yard line. Reese moves over, takes the catch at the 40-yard line to the 45, and dives up to the 48-yard line. Reese McCall there.
Good return by Danny Reese. Good catch. Return of 8 yards.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 48, and we have 8 minutes 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Three straight touchdowns by the Green Bay Packers that put them in front, 21-12 in the third quarter. And you Tampa Bay fans, you'll be seeing the Green Bay Packers next week.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Doug Williams. Detroit, Harrison. Harrison is back across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and the Baltimore Colts get it.
Check out the penalty.
Yes, there is a penalty to be checked out.
And one of the Colts just throwing the football down. Number 28 is going to be holding against Baltimore. What a turnaround. An automatic first down, offensive holding.
Cal Laporte checking for the line of scrimmage.
He's not going to rush anything, is he? He's very relaxed out there. I like that.
Cal's been around a while. He's been in a few of these. There it is.
Holding 5-4 defense, first down.
That's Sanders Shiver, one of the linebackers. So a big break Bay here keeps this drive alive.
At the Baltimore 47-yard line. Owens to the right side, Hagan's left for Doug Williams. Penalty marker. Ricky Bell has the ball. And he goes out at the 27-yard line, but there's a marker. Fred Cook on him out.
Oh, a lot of penalties in the first half here. Good blocking on the right side. Ricky Bell had some running room.
Apparently it's against Baltimore, and it is.
They picked up about 20 yards on that skirt around the right side.
Ball is spotted squarely at the 27-yard line.
Offside, left tackle, first down.
Well, the left tackle, if he's got him right, that's Mike Barnes, number 63. But it was, I think it's Fred Cook.
I think you're right.
They called him left tackle, but it's a left defensive end for Baltimore. It was offsides. Naturally, they took the play.
First and 10. Tampa at the 27-yard line. Eckwood. And the rookie picks his way to the 24. Fred Cook made the stop. Again, it's 3 to make it second down and 7. We have 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Buffalo's put 7 more points on the board. A 29-yard interception by Lucius Sanford, formerly of Georgia Tech. He's a great linebacker. You're seeing some good linebackers in this football game. Stan White, number 53 there, the right linebacker for the Colts, had 8 interceptions in 70 NFL record. And David Lewis for Tampa Bay is not bad.
Obradovich is in the ball game, and it's incomplete intended. Wade on field for Jimmy John.
Obradovich caught a touchdown pass last week against Detroit. That's Jimmy Giles, number 88. Flag on the play again.
Laporte marking this one off.
And now, first quarter, all the penalties, most of them were against the Colts. In the second quarter, they've turned it around.
Personal foul, roughing a passer, 88, defense, first down.
That's Herb Arvis. Makes it first down and 10 yards to go, and the ball is at the 12-yard line of Baltimore in possession of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This year, as soon as the back starts to release the football, you better lay off of it. It's going to be roughing the passer. They're really out to protect him now.
Bell and Eckwood. Ricky Bell cuts back. Got just inside the 10-yard line. As Lyle Blackwood brought him down. Pick up about 3 to make it second and 7 at the 9.
Ricky Bell.
Good pitch out. And Lindsey, it's very seldom you see a fullback who can demonstrate this play. Usually they don't have enough speed. Ricky Bell does. Quick pitch to the left side. Picked up 3 or 4.
Well, many football players tend to put on weight and get heavier. Ricky Bell hasn't. Ricky Bell was weighed earlier this year, this spring, at 211. Second and 7 at the 9-yard line.
He could carry 225 easily, I think, in his play.
And he did for a good while. Touchdown!
Look at that
It
release.
was really gunned in there. Hagan.
Beautiful pitch.
I think Higgins of Southern University as Doug Williams has thrown a TD pass.
And I tell you, Tampa Bay, you can't count this team out. They're young. They've got a lot of explosive people. They've got some skill. Isaac Higgins, who can really fly. Just a beautiful post pattern, and Doug Williams right on the button.
Conversion attempt coming now. Neil O'Donoghue is in to attempt. Keep in mind that the one a moment ago was blocked. Tom Blanchard will hold for him. O'Donoghue kicks, and this one is good. So with 7 minutes, 6 seconds remaining to be played in the first half of the football game, the score is Baltimore 17, Tampa Bay 13. Yes. O'Donoghue will kick off as the Glasgow is center deep. Glasgow moves up and he takes it at the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30. As the Glasgow is stopped at the 31-yard line. Rick Bonus downfield to make the tackle. Two tempers flaring out there.
NC Glasgow tackled by Rick Bonus. Also by...
You're a defensive back or an offensive back. You don't argue with defensive linebackers or tackler or anybody on the defense. No use getting in a fight with somebody who can't whip. The way I look at it.
That's not a bad outlook. 10 short longevity. First and 10 to 31. Hardiman and Ben Gary are in that backfield. Hardiman. And a 5 on the play will make it second down and 5. Mike Washington made the stop.
Good tackle by Washington. Well, we got a report that Dan Pastorini, the great Oiler quarterback, has gone out with another rib injury, and I guess that's why Pittsburgh's just having an easy time with him. Score there is now 24-0 Pittsburgh over Houston.
Greg Landry, the quarterback here. Well, he got it to Gary, but Gary was got at the 35-yard line. David Lewis is there for a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Good reaction that time by Greg Landry. I think a pitch was called around to the right side, and Landry, instead of pitching the football, he saw Gary was so close, he just went ahead and handed it to him. Broken play, but it could have been a fumble.
David Lewis, one of the fine linebackers and one of many USC former players on this squad. As a matter of fact, in some quarters, Tampa Bay Buccaneers known as USC Tampa Bay. Macaulay and Gary are the running back split. Landry. Well, that one, as you saw, was thrown for an out, and he was going straight on down. Doubt he was, and so it's going to be 4th down, and the kicker comes in.
Yeah, they didn't have enough time to throw the football that time, Lindsey. Didn't have time to set up another safety blitz. Curtis Jordan, they've used him now on 3 occasions here in the first half on safety blitz, and it's paid off. They really had to rush it.
Bucky Dills is back to do the punting. Danny Reed for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have 5.5 minutes left in the half. Left footer.
Beauty.
Reached his feet. Gets it at the 16, 20, 25, 27.
Nice return by Danny Lee.
Stop. 49-yard punt. Well, the CBS Sports Spectacular is coming up next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Howard Davis against Termite Watkins.
Well, we all know about Howard Davis, but this may be one of his toughest fights so far. Watkins is rated in the top 10, so it'll be interesting to watch.
The Italian Grand Prix and the U.S. Amateur Roller Skating Championship also on the CBS Sports Spectacular. Next Saturday, 4:30. First and 10 at the 27 for Tampa Bay. Doug Williams. Screen left.